Marching on dark clouds of fear. I wish I could see the sun. So many questions at the back of my mind. So many battles, none of them are even mine. But I've gotta keep fighting for you to sleep peaceful night. Oh, I gotta keep moving, gotta cross every single line. Yes, I gotta keep fighting. Oh no, I cannot look behind. This is a journey that I must unbind. Oh yeah, I'm scared, but it's what makes me stronger. I'll stand my ground in the midst of this spell. Wish that you never encounter this danger. I keep on fighting, draw my strength from fear. My purpose descended from the light, a purpose so strong it keeps me moving.
Okay, hey, what's up, survivalists? It's Jay, TeamWnJ here. Welcome back to episode 66 of the Levaslier production diary. That's right, we're back. Hope everyone had a Merry Christmas. Ever since we did that Christmas stream, we've been hard at work trying to get some more stuff done for Levaslier. I have been drawing a lot of pages, and we have also started work on the next town that will be shown in episode 2 of Levaslier. We haven't started building yet, and that's what we want to show you in today's live stream. Joining me today is Harry. Harry?
Hello.
There he is.
Hello?
And so here's what we have so far, right? What I want you guys to be able to do after watching this 2-hour stream is to be able to create your own city. Think like a town, rather, not city. Create your own style of build and replicate those houses within your town. Lay that town out properly and have like a thoughtful process of what your town will be and what it will look like, right? So here we have a few builds that we're practicing. This will be the new style. We've worked this one out. I will show you how we build these houses, as well as our inspiration for them. And over here is our miniature layout of the town. Harry has not seen these new houses yet, so while I walk you guys through these new houses, I will show Harry as well. First of all, this one's the one that we built yesterday. This was like the very, very initial prototype. We based a lot of this build off of Riverwood from Skyrim, and so you can tell from these docks up in the front how it goes up by 1 block. And I really wanted to keep this style for a small little town. The town, by the way, is called Tradebreak. If we pull up the Levaslier map, alright, give me 1 second. I'll get to you. Oh, I hope the music isn't too loud, by the way. Someone tell me if the music is too loud. If we pull up the Levaslier, the Lazuria map, right over here, we can see that Tradebreak is already listed on the map. We have the advantage of having an entire world that's already built, and so if we want to build a new town, we kind of already know what area to build it in. A lot of you guys might not have a fully blown map, in which case you're just gonna have to look around, find a good landscape, preferably something that's not perfectly flat, something with a bit of hills so you can build up and down. It'll make it look awesome, right? So we have Tradebreak right over here. You can see there's a little fork in the path going down to Dawnford and going up to Dire Shield. That's what I tried to represent here on this path over here where it goes into a fork. And this is what the town should look like. We're gonna have a little watchtower up front. We're gonna have tiny little walls. And we're gonna have a few buildings here. Tradebreak is called Tradebreak because it is a place where traders and travelers who have been traveling for a long time can stop and have a break. Simple as that. And so the key features of Tradebreak that we wanna absolutely build is, first of all, it's a small town. So it's gonna have a town hall, right? Second of all, it's gonna have a town center. Town center will be super useful for traders to set up their shops. So we should have a town center full of shops. Harry also gave the idea of having an entire path full of markets. So this entrance path right here is gonna be full of markets. We're gonna have a market center right here, a town hall. The people of Lazuria are also religious, so we're gonna have to have a church somewhere. And because there's so many travelers coming, they gotta have a place to stay, and so we have an inn as well. And those are the main key things. We might also build a blacksmith for people to trade equipment. But the main things are the town hall, the city central, the church, and the inn. So keep those things in mind when you're building your villages, your towns and cities as well. Are you guys religious? What is so special about that town? What key defining feature can you put into it? So it doesn't just look like any other village or any other town, right? With the actual builds, let's take a look at this, right? Before that, what's going on? Gotcha, welcome to the live stream. Zella, hey, what's going on? Soap Gamer is here. Ender Chewy Suarez, hi, welcome to the live stream. Warped Animation, welcome back. You are in time for once, for sure, for sure. The shaders go well with it. Thank you very much. These are the Silder shaders. I highly recommend these shaders. It makes your scenes very, very vibrant. Because I'm not in VR, actually, I'm going to switch to an even better shader pack. I like BSL even more than Silders. So here we go. This is a bit more intensive on the system, but it's more atmospheric. So here we go. Let's take a look at these builds, right? If you guys have seen the HM3 tutorial, HM3 stands for Hemorrhage Modular 3. For those who are new to the channel, you may have not seen Hemorrhage City before. Let me show you Hemorrhage City real quick. This is the first city in Levaslier. This is Hemorrhage City. We have built an entire system around how to build medieval houses called the HM3 system. I've made an entire playlist on the HM3 system if you wish to learn it. It makes building medieval houses extremely easy because there is a step-by-step process on how to build different houses. Not just a step-by-step process on how to build one single house. Every single house that you see here in Hemorrhage City uses the exact same formula, but they're all different in their own ways. That one formula just allows for a lot of flexibility. Now, we have different systems for every single city. This is the Hemorrhage style. You can tell by its very distinctive, brown roofs and white walls and cobble and stone brick style. They all look somewhat similar. If we warp over to Farreach City, you're going to see a very different style, however, still using a similar formula. We wanted to do the same thing here with Tradebreak, but we just had to figure out a new formula for the Tradebreak houses. So here's what we came up with. TP writ. Harry, come take a look at this as well. Here you go. First one is this one.
Yeah.
This one, here. Right. You'll notice, first of all, the logs are not in line with the actual building. The logs stick outside and the walls go inside by one block. This creates some extra depth, right? And once we go inside, Harry has been asking me about this. How can we use strip logs? On the inside, I've used strip logs because if you think about it, if you were to go through the effort of stripping down the logs, you wouldn't put that on the outside and expose it to the weather, right? And you think, oh, people in real life would have surely done that. They would have, but they would have also coated the wood or painted the wood so that it doesn't get affected by the weather. Now, we don't have the luxury of painting our wood in Minecraft, so I've reserved the strip log for the insides. Granted, we don't build many of the insides of our houses, since when we transport them to Levaslier, our animation, we rarely go inside these houses. So most of the time, the insides aren't really built. We have to focus on the outside of the building. The main difference between these type of houses and the HM3 houses, alright, is if you come over to the back, what we're used to doing when we build hemorrhage houses is we put down a block of log and we skip 3 blocks and we put down another log and we skip 3 blocks and we put down another log. This creates our first wall. And we put our walls within these logs. That's how we're used to doing it. The difference here is that instead of putting our walls on the same level as the logs, we're putting them 1 block behind. This creates a problem when you're going around a corner because all of a sudden, this becomes tiny. If we were to do a standard L-shaped house, right, which would look something like... We don't even need to do an L-shape. We just need to do like a rectangle. This is a small hemorrhage house. Yeah. See, the problem here is that the inside now is tiny. This is not livable. Very small. And so our solution to this is to literally make the entire thing thicker. So right over here, I've done a little diagram. I've written down walls inside logs, regular HM3 scale, no good. Too small inside, you don't have enough room to live in. But over back here, make the log spacing wider, and it becomes the good shit. And that's exactly what we want. So literally add a few blocks onto every single direction, and push the walls in, we have everything there. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory. The walls are an interesting part as well. Usually when we're building, Harry, we use cobblestone and stone brick for the base. And then on the second floor, we use terracotta, right? That's what we're used to.
Yep.
I thought about these houses and whether we should use stone for the walls, and I decided, hey, let's try to go for wood instead. So I put the base block here. This is usually reserved for roofs. So the bottom block, instead of 98s, instead of stone bricks, we've put this roofing block there. But it does look like dark. So like a dark blue tinted color, a dark blue tinted cobblestone, which I think works. And on top of that, we have spruce wooden planks instead. So this is a wooden house. Now, if you go upstairs, you're going to notice that some parts of it are terracotta. So if you come over to me, Harry, come over onto this side.
Yep. Okay.
You're going to see that this is terracotta. Why is that? That is my attempt in saying that's painted wood. So that this part in particular is painted in a little bit of white. Now, the reason they would have just painted that instead of the entire thing, style. That's why. that is stylish. It just adds a little bit more. Instead of having this thing just be pure 100% wood, which might look boring, we've added a bit of color on there by having some white. You'll also notice that the color scheme of this entire build is very, what do you call it? It goes in, the colors blend in with each other very nicely. So we have brown, we have brown for the wood, right? So we have spruce wood and oak logs. Those are both brown. They have a similar tint of color of brown, so they go in very well. We have yellow from the hay. This, in the animation, will change color into a bit more pale, right? So it's going to look more like the cut side of the wood, right? So what I'm looking at right now. And then we also have a bit of gray from the stone brick stairs, as well as the little bits of blue-gray on the bottom blocks of the walls. And all those colors come together very well. I think one of the problems with our initial prototype build was that there was too much contrast. Where the cobblestone was gray, and then the block underneath that was a bit yellow, and the block on top of the cobblestone is like brown, and on top of that it's a bit yellow, and then it's like a different shade of brown, and all. It just feels like there's a lot going on with the initial prototype, and I don't think the colors are really...
So too busy.
Yeah, it's too busy. Yeah. I think with these ones, it really clarifies itself a bit more as to what it is. What's going on, Cookie Pancake? Welcome to the live stream. Galax Productions, welcome to the live stream as well. This is episode 66 of Levaslier Production Diary. Zella asked, how would this look without a resource pack? That's a very good question. Let's find out. While I switch my texture pack, Harry, go check out the second building as well. We have a second variation here with 2 stories. And on top, this one also has like a little sort of balcony area. Again, these buildings are heavily inspired by Riverwood from Skyrim. And so if you've ever played Skyrim and you walked around Riverwood, you would have seen this build. You know exactly where that's come from. Let me disable my texture pack and see how it looks. Here we go. I think without a texture pack, what happens is the yellow is a bit too loud. I know I'm using a word to describe sound to describe color right now, but you get what I mean. Yellow here seems to be screaming a bit too much to me, and when you go look at the bottom, the gray terracotta does not look gray at all. In fact, it looks brown. I'm not sure why that is. Cyan does not look cyan at all. It looks gray to me. I don't know why that is. And so the bottom few blocks don't really work. Everything other than that seems to fit in pretty well. So I would change, if I was using the default texture pack, I would change the roofing blocks from hay to something else. I would also change these base blocks probably to stone bricks if I was playing default texture pack. But we're not playing default texture pack. We're playing Conquest. So let's switch back. Can't stand looking at default. Get that out of here. Default, no. Go away. Be gone, default. Okay, Harry, any input?
What do you think of this?
I'm searching my texture pack. I can't see anything right now.
Okay. Actually.
Cam says, did you ever try using slabs rather than stairs for the patio kind of thing? Let's try it. No, I actually haven't tried it. I've thought about it, haven't tried it. Right here, you mean. Let's grab a slab real quick. That's how it looks like. I'm not against it. I think that looks fine as well. I've actually tried to put these stairs on the inside of the little patio like this, rather than on the outside like that. I think both works. It's just, I think it really depends on the situation. I think two block stairs look better than a 1 block stair. So we might have to find a way to integrate those in. So like this one, I think if it's a 1 block, a slab would be better. What do you think, Harry? Come down to the small building real quick. Just jump down.
Alright, give me a bit. Yep.
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 This slab here for a 1 block, I think that might look better than a stair for like in this scenario. Because if you come over onto this side, a double stair actually looks better than a single stair.
Right. This one.
So a slab instead, do you think that works better?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sure. Yeah.
Right? Okay, cool. We can use that. Yeah. I saw what you were doing on the top here with the logs. I kind of like it because it adds an extra bit of detail. So this is what Harry just did. I'm not sure how many of you guys caught it. I saw it in the corner of my eye.
The problem would be I don't know if I should put it on or like here. Just like
put it
here?
a block above. Here, this is what I would do. 126, 1. I wouldn't even put a block there. I put a slab here.
Oh, okay, sure.
Oh, until it gets to there, that's a problem. Yeah. Wait, let's grab a.
Yeah.
What's the block?
Stir that.
Yeah.
Stir that.
Thank you. Could do that.
Sure.
That doesn't look as smooth anymore. Maybe we replace all these with stairs.
Yeah, all stairs.
Now with all stairs, it looks too smooth.
Yeah, too smooth. Yeah.
If we do that, we get 2 insteps. What if we did a block, like here, and then we started smoothing into the block somehow?
Oh, okay.
We'd have to put that there and then. That's an interesting one. That's an interesting one. We'll play around with that. I think that's an interesting one. We'll play around with it. I'm not sure how we would get that. That does add an extra layer of detail there that breaks up the monotony. And here's the thing for builders. Thank you, Warped Animation. He says, I love the level of detail in the builds. Props to you guys at TeamWnJ. Thank you very much. Denise Karina, welcome back. Like to see you here. Episode 66 of Levaslier Production Diary. I can't believe we've done this for 2 years and we're only at 66. I thought we'd be at 100 by now. Right?
We did break it up with a few like
Yeah, but I didn't know we were breaking it up that far. We've been doing this for 3 years. Oh, well, no, two. We're heading into our 3rd year for Levaslier Production Diary.
True.
Okay, well, let me give a quick tip for the builders. If you take a look at this roof that I'm looking at right now, this is fine if we're trying to go for a simple build, which we are. Tradebreak is not going to be a major it's not going to be a major city. It's only just going to be a small little town that's going to take place. It will definitely be in episode 2. I'm not going to say what is going to take place in the town, but it will be there in episode 2. So we're going to build everything here. You're going to see it in episode 2. You're going to say, hey, I recognize that town. But it's a simple build, so we don't have to add too much here. But if you were doing a major city and you had a roof that looked something like this, I would find a way to break it up. Because this is literally just a brown border with a yellow filling. Ways you could break it up is by adding strips of spruce like right down the middle, say. Something like what Harry was doing over there by connecting that little bit of roofing up to the top. Now I did a terrible job there. I'm just using this as a demonstration. But something as simple as that, if you look from top down, that instantly looks a lot more interesting than just having a standard like just hay with nothing else. Another thing that we do, don't do it here. Don't do it here. There's no point in doing it here.
Yeah,
it's too simple.
Okay, yeah.
Another thing that we do for the hemorrhage builds. So this side, for example, this is a great example of what you shouldn't do because this is just like literally just a flat roof. Again, for Tradebreak, it doesn't matter. I think for Tradebreak, this is perfectly fine. It's supposed to be simple. They don't have that much money. It's gonna be just a thatch roof, nothing else. But for hemorrhage, what we would do, we would smash out a part of the ceiling, or sorry, a part of the roof. And within this part of the roof, what we would do is we'd build another section right here. So this is what we would do. We smash this part out, and we build a section like this. And then you'd be able to build a roof over this section and have this part stick out. Now, instantly, that pops out a lot more. And the important thing about building these sections into your roof is to not try to make them symmetrical. As you can see, this is not directly in the middle of the build. And this allows for a lot more freedom. So if you wanted a chimney, for example, you could have the chimney come out here. Instead of, if you just took up the middle, it would, and you had it, if you put that window right in the middle, and you put a chimney on one side, it would feel imbalanced because there's nothing on the other side. So if you intentionally imbalance everything and then balance that with something else later, it would feel a lot more better that way. That's a quick tip for builders. Try to avoid monotony. Anything that is a huge piece of single blocks, try to find a way to break that up. And what I just gave there, building something like a special extrusion into your roofing, very easy way to break up monotony. Sam TGS asks, what is this texture pack? This is the Conquest Resource Pack. If you are on our Discord, Sam TGS. I remember you are on our Discord. If you go onto our Discord channel, pop up the resources tab, there is a direct link to download Conquest for 1.14. Warped Animations has hit 175 by the end of 2020, and that's an achievement. Believe in the dream. Absolutely. Absolutely. We, for our channel, we got stuck on the curse for several years. While I talk about that, how about I show you guys and Harry how we're building these houses in the first place. I'll literally do a block-by-block tutorial, so you guys can see what's going on. Harry, you cool with that?
Yep.
Coolio. Okay. Where should I do it? I guess I'll do it on the opposite side. I'll literally do it right here, right?
Yep.
So, if you guys have seen the HM3 tutorial, you guys know that we always start with scaffolding, right? Scaffolding is where we just put the logs down. We never, ever put logs, start filling in the walls, and then start building it upwards, and then start doing all of these things, because there's no structure yet. We can't see we don't have a vision of how the final build will look, and so we're just kind of doing rubbish right now. Never do that. As builders, the first thing you should do always is start with scaffolding. Only put down the outer rim blocks. We are using oak logs as the outer rim. You guys might be using stone bricks or whatever you're doing for your builds. I'm trying to copy the small build right now. So typically in an HM3 we would give a 3-block gap, but we know now that we have to make bigger gaps. So I'm going to make a 5-block gap here, followed by a 3-block here, followed by a 7-block at the back. And the easiest way to do a 7-block is to put 3 and then 3 and then just to remove the middle one. So here we go. I'm just gonna mimic this on the exact same side. Whoops, missed by a block there. You're welcome, Sam. I hope you enjoy the texture pack. I've been using this since forever. It's one of the greatest texture packs ever. Bryger, yeah, it has been forever since you've seen one of these streams, man. How do you like these builds, Bryger? Bryger is a machinima maker. He's also built his own amazing worlds. Bryger has one of the most impressive, world painter worlds that I've ever seen. His world painter world is amazing. You guys should definitely check that out, right? Anyway, here's the basic structure of the build, right? We always start with the basic structure. It's as simple as this. We don't have any fancy L shapes. It's literally just a strange looking rectangle. Now, Harry, do us a quick favor and add in the walls. Just use wool for now. Maybe use world edit and you can show people how you're doing that as well.
All right.
Unless you want me to take it.
Nope.
Cool. You got this. Magenta! Of course, you want to scream at me with magenta. Okay, guys, we have a plugin called World Edit on our server. We also have Essentials on our server. Okay, I don't want to go on a rant unless you guys want me to go on the rant. But I have a pain in the ass against Essentials. And I don't want to get into that just yet. I'll get into that maybe later, because I know some of you guys are dying to hear me go fucking crazy over this small little thing. Welcome to the live stream, Killer Gamer. So, yes, we have World Edit installed. What World Edit is, it allows, I have a World Edit tutorial, by the way. World Edit, wrong. You did it wrong, Harry. It's, the ID is 7 and 9. Sorry, the colon 7, 9. World Edit allows you to do big manipulations. So, for this, wrong. 159 colon 7, 159 colon 9.
Give him a bit.
Yeah. Jesus. There we go. Give him time. He'll get it. He'll get it. Don't worry. Okay, there we go. What the hell? Okay, World Edit allows us to do mass manipulations of blocks. So I can select this as my first point, select that as my second point, and then do slash set 5. 5 being the block ID of wooden planks, and that will instantly set my ground. And so this helps a lot when doing building, especially when you look at these roofs. They're all just hay going vertical. Horizontal. It'd be a pain in the ass to put down every single block of hay here. So what you can do is select one point, select the other point, copy, paste, and literally paste the entire roof within a matter of seconds. What's going on, Felipe? Welcome to the live stream. What's Essentials? Essentials is the plugin that we use for block IDs. So let me just set this back really quickly. I remember every single block ID, or like every single block ID that I commonly use, right? And so if I were to look at, let's just go over to one of the houses over, let's say, let's take a look at the hemorrhage houses. I've been building these ones since forever, right? If we look at the blocks, every single block in the hemorrhage house, I should theoretically know the block ID of everything. So What's easier? You tell me what's easier. If I wanted cobblestone stairs, yes, I can go into my inventory and type in cobblestone stairs and then find the cobblestone stairs, click it, and then finally get the cobblestone stairs. Alternatively, I can do /i67.1 and I would have the cobblestone stairs there. I know I might have blocked that a little bit. I'm just going to duck under the screen so you can see exactly what I typed. Oh, my chair's in the way. Oh no, I'm ripping through the borders of reality. Hang on a second. Here you go. So / you can't really see that, can you? The green screen's blocked. There you go. Okay. /i67.1. This here is literally the entire command I need to get cobblestone stairs. That is way faster than going into the inventory or doing what Minecraft has, give, chief, and then cobblestone stairs, and then getting that. You see how slow it is, right? So instead, okay, let's see. The first, let me grab a whole bunch of blocks here, okay? What do you see on the screen? I see 98. That's stone bricks. I see cobblestone. I see cobblestone stairs. I see oak log. I see white terracotta. I see the wood stairs. I see wood planks. I see wood slabs. Right? That quickly, I already filled up my inventory with all the essential blocks that I need. That's why this plugin is called Essentials. I can use block IDs this way. The problem with Essentials now is that they remove the block ID functionality. And so what I'm using to get block IDs, I'm playing in 1.14.4 right now. My Essentials version is like 1.12. Because 1.12 is the last version that supports block ID. We're trying to find someone who can write a plugin so I can continue to use block IDs because you see how ridiculously fast I got all those blocks. Right? Yes, we can middle click. We can middle click unless we're building somewhere brand new. When we're building something brand new or when like the nearest block is way over there, I don't want to fly over there. It's much faster for me to do that to get the wood or the block that I need. Just because I've been doing this for so long, and I remember the every single like ID in the back of my head, and it's just instinct for me. Yeah, middle click is definitely useful. If I was building this house, I would middle click from this. I would not type in the commands. I would definitely just click from here. Right? That's way faster. But if I was building here, this is when I would not fly over here, pick block the thing, and then go here. Because the time it takes me to fly from this location to that location, I would have already finished my command to get the block that I need. That's how fast we're talking about. It does not take long to do that. It would take you much longer to fly to the nearest block, pick it, and then come back. If I determine that it takes too long to fly somewhere, grab it, and come back, I will use that. And it's only when I don't know the ID do I have to go in here and do like, oh, diamond sword or whatever. Okie dokie. Magenta. No, okay, see, we were doing magenta wool to show you the power of world edit just now. So you'll notice that Harry was placing down magenta wool. He's using magenta because it hurts my fucking eyes. Okay. But with magenta wool. So let's see. What he was doing was this, right? So first of all, I can use the walls command to set magenta wool all around, right? That's super fast. But he was showing you the power of world edit. He was able to set this wall and then replace every single block in this wall with, replace 35:2, that's magenta wool, with 159:7, that's gray, 159:9, and that's light gray. And he was able to do that quickly, right? Granted, you could have placed all those blocks down yourself. This is just a very small scale example, but you can see how powerful it could be. Sorry, what now?
Even better, you could type this.
Yes, even better. Go ahead, yeah. So what he's just done is he's selected just the bottom layer, right?
Oh, shit. Yep. Bruh, put back
just select the bottom one, just select the bottom one. Okay, he's gonna select this block right here, right? This one right here. And he's gonna select the other corner right there, and he's gonna run the stack command. And watch what happens.
I can stack 1 or I can stack 2. Stack 2 raises the entire wall by 2 blocks. Okay.
Within a matter of seconds, you get that. You get a fucking skyscraper within a matter of seconds. That's how powerful it is. Right? World Edit is an amazing tool. Yeah, rest in peace, block IDs. I swear to God, I'm trying to get someone to write the plugin. Once we do have the plugin written, it will save everyone so much time. Okay. Let's get rid of the walls for now, because typically we don't build walls right now. Okay, so let's pretend the walls don't exist. We just have what I do is just the bottom layer of walls. Because when I build, and I'm building like a town, like this, for example, imagine if every single stone brick here is like a house. this is not one house, this is a whole bunch of houses put together. But just by looking at it, you would not be able to tell which house goes where, right? And when I build, what usually happens is I'll build about like 10 houses all at once. And Harry will go in and add in the little details. I'll build a scaffolding of 10 houses. Problem for Harry is that he looks at my 10 houses, he goes, okay, how does this house connect to that one? Like, where does this house end and where does the other house start? And he accidentally connects the two houses together, and there's not actually supposed to be a house there, but there's a roof all of a sudden. And he's like, wait, why is there a roof? That doesn't really make sense. And so I've seen that, and I've been doing that myself. I'm like, oh shit, goddamn, I've been building like the house on the wrong, like a roof on the wrong house. We've been building walls just to say, hey, this is one house. Don't start building a roof off this side onto another house, because we don't need one there, right? It saves up a lot of time. Illustrations, welcome back. It's been a while since we've seen you here. Yeah. World Edit comes with great world edit comes great responsibility. It sure does. Thank God, World Edit still works with some block IDs. Some. We really need someone to write in block ID functionality. It's a killer without. Anyway, let's take a look at this build again, right? So we have a very, very simple rectangular shape here. You could, if you are a beginner builder, you could use this as your main build. But something that allows your build to stand out, more so than just like a simple shape, is to add in another shape. That's why when we're building HM3 builds, hemorrhage style builds, we rarely do a shape like this. We usually make it an L shape. We usually add another module outside, or we make it a T shape, or something like that. Because when you have a curve, it makes everything a lot more interesting. Another thing that makes things interesting that I haven't taught you guys, or in any of the HM3 tutorials, is levels, right? Harry loves this one, because Harry's best house was built using a whole bunch of levels. If you look at this build here, you can see that this tiny little extension bit here is lower than the rest of the building. This is the change in levels. That roof is taller, that roof is smaller, right? Another thing that we can take advantage of is because we are up by one block. Oh shit, we didn't raise this build by one block. We have to raise this build by one block. Because we're up by one block, we're also able to make the build on the interior go down. Granted, we're not using the interior, but if you were to use this in an actual survival build, you could do that. Or if you wanted to build your own house in Minecraft, you could do that. It's just having something go down and change levels a lot more interesting to the eye. Warped Animations goes, Minecraft players in 2012 makes TNT Sphere. Minecraft players in 2019 wants to use Minimator to make crappy Monster School videos. Oh, by the way, you guys want to make a big sphere of TNT? Let me show you what world that I can do. / sphere 46 10. Here. Whoops. TP writ. Where the hell are you?
I'm looking for that one house I made. What the hell did it go?
That's in Far Reach, man. You gotta go into Far Reach.
No, I'm not. I didn't make it in Far Reach.
You did?
I made another one. I made a better one here. I remember.
So there. Here you guys go. TNT Sphere. That fast. Within one command, TNT Sphere. I'm gonna get rid of that before somebody blows my server up.
And there goes your build.
Okie dokie. So, let me show you guys how we're implementing levels into this build. Now, with the rest of this build, all the walls are inside our scaffolding. They are not on the same level as the scaffolding, like our builds usually are, right? So what that allows us to do is add a little extension right around here. I want to do one on this side, right? Let me just double check that I'm doing it on the right side. Yeah, okay, cool. I want to put one on this side. What I'm going to do is add an interior pillar right here. This will allow me to stretch this one forward right around here. So there's 3 blocks in the middle. 3 blocks again right over here. And now we can put walls all around here. You can see that these walls are in line with the rest of the scaffolding. So this is just a small change in style because it's just like, you know, a little extra bit that is not as grand as the rest of the build. And I've also put a staircase right over here. Now, I want you guys to be careful about putting 2 logs together. This, when we're building in Hemorrhage, we call this an error. This is called double pillar, right? We never want to have 2 pieces of wood going the exact same direction right next to each other and have it be visible. Looking at this, that doesn't look very good to me. I don't like that. We don't like double pillars. We definitely don't like triple pillars, right? Even worse. But That's not to say you can't do them. What you have to do when you're using a double pillar is to ensure you cover up the visible sides. Now, if you look at it, this is just one single pillar, and if you look at it from the other side, it's still just one single pillar. That's how you hide double pillars. As a rule of thumb, never let double pillars be seen. That's just a general rule for every hemorrhage build. Maybe you guys would like to take that rule as well. Okay. Seeing as this build is accidentally lowered by 1 block, I'm going to have to raise everything. Fortunately, we are on a world edit server, so this is not a problem. What we'll do is go onto the 2 corners, create 2 points. Harry, stop. I'm moving the thing up. Stop. / move 1, okay. And the entire build has been moved up by 1 block. Simple as that. Now we also want to stretch the base down, so I'm just gonna grab the entire base here. / pause. No, hang on. Let's just do this. And / stack 1. This way, the entire base block has been stretched down. And we've also got to add a floor in here. So let's do this. This. / set 5. That's going to set the floor as wood. And let's say this goes down. Let's say this goes down into this small little section. And let's do / set 1:5. And that's andesite. Okay. I'm also going to temporarily put in the staircase here just because I already know what I'm building. So there you go. Staircase, whatever. Seems our door is over here this time instead of the other side. That's fine.
Sure. Do you want it to be on the other side? I think it's better.
Doesn't really matter. Side. You can put the door anywhere. This is a modular build.
Yeah, true.
Okie dokie.
I just think it's probably better here.
Doesn't really matter. You can put it anywhere. I see that you guys are talking a lot about it stuff. Have you guys ever had your server griefed? Because I'm seeing a lot of you guys talk about your memories when you were playing Minecraft when you were a kid. People doing mean shit to you and you just go AFK. That's probably the worst thing you can do. Going AFK. Because that's an invitation for trouble right there. Once you're AFK, people start messing with you. It seems that the build that I made is a slight bit different than the one over there. I'm trying to figure out what exactly is causing that difference. Give me 1 second. I just want to figure this out so I don't mess anything up during a live stream.
When you set as an invitation to people messing with you, I so want to quote Hatham.
What do you mean?
It's an invitation to chaos.
I see. Let's do this. I did make a small mistake. I had the wall in the wrong location. Whoop. There we go. Let's put an extra pillar over here as well. Okay, so when you have doorways inside houses like this, like let's say there's a little path going down here. What I like to do for doorways is always give it a little extra wooden frame. So this doesn't really need to be here, right? But just by having it here, it makes it a lot more clearer to people looking at your build. Hey, there's probably a path here. Let's go down this path. I'm also gonna let me add the front little dock bit as well. So I'm just gonna use world edit for this. Come up front, put 3 blocks here, 3 blocks. Somewhere around here. Okay. Just gonna select all of this stuff. / replace 0,126:8. That does the top slabs right over here. Now we have the front little patio bit. Did I make the patio too big?
Okay.
I did
no,
not make it too big.
One.
That's fine. That's
just
perfectly fine.
Just this one. Yeah.
Thank you for following over. Wait, hang on. Thank you for following, Rojas. And welcome to the live stream, Hannah Quezon. Welcome back. Blaze Crazy says, I'm your biggest fan. Well, I didn't mean to give you a shout out there. You definitely, I doubt that you are my biggest fan because I've never seen your name before. But you're welcome to become my greatest friend just by coming in and coming into my live streams. If you want a real shout out from me, all you gotta do is stick to these live streams and keep coming back. Because once I recognize your name, you get a free shout out. Okay. Now that we have the first floor built, what we can start working on is the second floor. In this case, I didn't intend for there to be a second floor. So if you come into this house, I put staircase here and I've written can be modified for 2-story. So yeah, you definitely can put a floor here without much of a difference. But it was not built for a second floor, right? It was so in this scenario, we're just gonna go straight for the roof. Pretend the second floor doesn't exist. I think what we started with is just, I think for the base build, it's literally just a 45-degree angle and nothing special on it. So if we put 1 block up here, we'll just literally go 1 block diagonal on both sides until we meet each other right in the middle. Perfect. And we can copy this onto the other side as well. Let's just do it manually.
Yep.
Let's go. Do-do. Waiting on Harry. Oh wait, I'll do the top. Okay. The amount of times.
I thought you were gonna do the top.
The amount of times that I've been zoned out while building, and I just keep doing one of these ones, and then Harry turns around and sees what I'm doing and goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" Harry, the amount of times.
Yeah, I know.
I've fucking done these ones. Once you start building these houses a lot, it becomes so like second nature. You can literally zone out and do this stuff without thinking. And you know, Harry and I most of the time we're just having a fun little conversation while we're doing this shit. And like sooner or later, after 2 hours of talking about garbage or whatever the hell we're talking about, we've just finished building 15 houses. And it's as simple as that. Guys, if you're planning to build something big, grab a friend. Grab a friend, let them learn to build, spend some time together. Dude, Minecraft is a fun game to play with friends. Build something together. Stop destroying things. Stop killing people in Call of Duty. That makes some fun building things, man. It'll be fun. Within 2 hours, it will pass, and like you'll never even know about it. Okay, for our small little roof here, it's gonna be the same thing. I'm just trying to find where the levels are. I think if we start over here, that would be about right. Right?
Yep.
Is it one block smaller? Let's double check this.
Yes. One block smaller. Yes.
We can adjust. Hang on, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks up, and then it goes into the roof. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. No, this is 2 blocks extra.
5.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we start from here. Yeah.
Yep.
Guys, of course we built this house before. So we know how
you break too much. You broke too much.
We know how we're building.
You broke too much, right?
No, 4 blocks up. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, okay. From the most bottom. Okay. Sure.
Yeah, we've built this before. So from us showing you, we know how many blocks up we need to go and whatnot. But without this as a reference, we didn't have a reference on how to build this. We had to improvise it. If you guys haven't built anything before, it's very difficult for you to freestyle builds just because you don't know what a proper build looks like. And so I recommend following people's tutorials and seeing what they're doing and just copying it directly. Right? Just copy the builds block by block, and then as you're building it, you realize several trends. Once you build like 16 different houses, you're gonna realize, hey, a lot of these houses have a 5-block gap. A lot of these houses use the same structural formula where you build the scaffolding first. A lot of them have this shaped roof. There's the theory of the dominant and recessive roofs and how they work together and all that sort of stuff. Once you get the hang of doing that, then start freestyling. Freestyling is the most fun part. Okay, so we've got the main structure, the entire scaffolding done, right? Is there any more scaffolding that's necessary? Damn it, Cam! Damn it! Cam just wrote on the Discord server, you're now breathing manually. Also, make sure to join the TeamWnJ Discord server. Yes, absolutely. Guys, if you want to join our Discord server, link is in the description. Join in there. Because we'll be building a lot more, I certainly do want to see people's builds as well. I love Minecraft builds, by the way. Oh, Cam, because you're a donator, you actually have access to our inspiration channel. And so we've been talking about how a lot of these builds here are inspired by Riverwood of Skyrim. We share a lot of our inspiration on what you would consider a mood board. I can flash it on screen right now, right? So this here is Riverwood. This is our inspiration channel. Donators have access to this channel. Anything cool that we find that we want to recreate in Minecraft and have it in Levaslier, all of us, we just dump it in there. And then if it's cool, we're going to build it. It's as simple as that. So if you want access to that, Patreon or donators through Super Chat also works.
This house is a bit too high. Okay.
Is it? Yeah, it's 1 block too high. Okay, just shorten it. Yeah.
Give a bit.
Yeah, you got this. Dude, Illustrations just posted a house on Discord. Let's take a look while Harry's doing this. Where did you post it? Oh, you posted it in general. Okay, cool.
Hunger.
Nice. There you go. So this was posted by Illustrations, I think. Illustrations, do you have the username Billy-ish? Oh, sorry, Billy-ish. Mike-ish on Discord? That's super cool. I mean, the house itself is super simple. It looks to me like just an abandoned house with some like overgrown vines on it, and it can be as simple as that. Of course, if you were to give this to me and say, "Hey, Chafe, can you pimp my house?" I will not do it. I'll probably get Harry to do it, but we can both probably pimp your house up and make it look super dank and cool and 420 awesome. More importantly, the tree in the background is fantastic. The tree in the background is very cool indeed. Okie dokie. You've moved that. Cool. Let me replace the magenta because it's scorching my fucking eyeballs off. / replace 35:2 with 159:7, 159:9. And someone asked me last stream. Somebody asked me last stream, how do you remember all the block IDs? And it's as simple as using the block IDs enough times that it just gets drilled into your head. I was able to recite the first 5 block IDs in the Minecraft like ID list. I could probably recite a bit more. I just don't want to. It shows my inner nerd, right? But if you were to ask me to give you the block ID of Bedrock, for example, I know that's within the first like 20 block IDs because Bedrock was one of the first blocks that were added. Like if you ask me to guess, I'll probably say like 16 or something. I don't know. I don't know the ID of Bedrock. I don't use Bedrock. But if it's something that I know and I use, I'll give it to you within a split second. So if you guys are planning to use essentials on yours, create your own server, right? Make it a bucket server, drop in essentials, and if you want to start using block IDs, I mean, remember what you need. For me, it's always going to be wood and wooden planks first. Because the wood and wooden planks are the base of every single block. And then like wooden plank stairs and wooden plank slabs. Once you get this, right? That's how fast I got all those items. Once you get that down, you've just remembered 4 block IDs already. It's as simple as that. I just got logs, planks, stairs, and slabs for oak. Okie dokie. Now, we finished the scaffolding of the building. Now, what I would have done, I would not have done the stripped logs yet, right? These stripped logs here, without knowing how the final build will look like, you would have no idea where to put these stripped logs, so pretend these ones don't exist. It's once you finish the build and you walk inside and you're like, oh, there's a whole lot of empty space here, what should I do with it? That's when you start putting stripped logs everywhere, right? But anyway, the walls are relatively simple. You saw us replace all the magenta wool with this bottom stuff, and then we put the spruce wood on top. Why are we using spruce wood and why are we using whatever this bottom block is? They look good. That's why. Okay. There's more than that, right? They look good, but why are we not using, say, stone bricks on the bottom and cobblestone on the top? One, that formula has already been used for hemorrhage builds, and we don't want to confuse the build. We want you to be able to look at every single build and distinctly be able to tell, hey, that build is from X city or Y city, right? So we want to have a different style for every single town and city. Second of all, instead of using rocks for walls, maybe these guys don't have the luxury of having such hard walls by using rocks. Maybe they just want to use wood. Okay, so why are we using spruce wood? Why are we not using oak wood, for example? Color. The color of the spruce wood here looks better in conjunction with the oak logs than oak wood does. Now, I've actually made a mistake with the floor here. The floor that I used in the actual build was birch wood, because birch wood goes well with the stripped logs. So let me replace this really quickly. And why andesite instead of stone? Well, the stone texture on Conquest is a bit too smooth in my opinion, and yes, this still works, I think. If you were to do this, this would be perfectly fine. If I were to build 5 of these houses in a town, I would probably make 2 of the buildings have this stone floor. But my natural instinct is to gravitate towards andesite because to me this looks more like an interesting stone texture. Okay, so Harry's been busy filling in these 159s. I apologize if I can't say the block name. I remember them by the IDs more so than the names. This is terracotta. That's what terracotta. It is. Yeah. So if you were building this for the first time, you would have no idea where to put the terracotta. Remember, terracotta in this scenario is just representative of painted wood because we don't have access to painted wood. What I did in the first build was I built everything with just spruce first. So the entire walls and everything here was nothing but spruce planks. And then afterwards, after I was done with everything, I went outside and looked at it. I'm like, that looks extremely boring. What ways can I break that up? Because the walls are indented, you can very simply add an extra pillar here, and that would add, you know, a bit of extra detail. You could add some pillars up here, and that would add some extra detail. But too many pillars, and it becomes too much detail, and you don't want too many pillars here. So what can I do? And I thought, color. Imagine if this was entirely spruce, it looks too plain. What color can I add here that would stand out? And it was like, white, of course. Not only is white actually used in the medieval times as a technique called whitewashing, where they paint white on their walls to insulate the heat and whatnot, it also stands out as a good color to contrast the rest of the build. So that's why we're using white, and we're also mixing in gray here, so it's not one single color of white. So you see we have white terracotta as well as light gray terracotta here. Warped Animation says, cool, looks good. Oh, you mean the build? Yeah. The build that Illustrations made. Are you rendering that? Your PC is rendering something? Cool. Oh, by the way, guys, if you're wondering about the comic, I have been busy, really busy, drawing 8 pages every single day. For reference, I used to make 2 pages a day. I am now doing 8 pages a day. So we're making some incredible progress. I've actually taken a look. I've revised the script a little bit more of episode 1. I've taken out 1 entire page, so that saves a lot of time in making the actual comic. For those who have no idea what we're talking about, Levaslier episode 1 won't be animated. We've only animated a small scene where you saw the trailer, right? The episode 1 trailer. But it would take us about a year to animate the entire thing, and I don't want people to wait that long to get the story of Levaslier, because the story of Levaslier is the most important part for me. And so we've decided to turn it into a comic. Right, we started this a few months ago. I don't remember how long ago we started. We started working on the comic version of it. And we're about 75% done now. For those who want the comic, it will be free. It's going to be published as an e-comic, a webcomic, whatever you like to call it. You'll be able to go on a website to scroll down and read it. However, I will be also printing out limited editions physical copies. And you hear about this more when it comes to it, like when we get closer to it. But if you purchase merchandise from TeamWnJ for Levaslier, right? If you buy a Levaslier t-shirt, like the one that I'm wearing right now, I will deliver you the physical comic for free. That's the deal. So t-shirts, mugs, posters, whatever related to Levaslier, buy one, take a picture of yourself holding it, send it to me, send me your address, I'll send you the book for free. Maybe I'll sign it too. Who knows? Might be too much effort there. Good touch with that little white wall there. I like that.
Thank you.
Coolio.
I saw you not doing the white wall.
I didn't do that because it
like
was showing that you could really do anything and you can experiment with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what Harry's doing right now, he's just put on hay for the roof. Why are we using hay for the roof? Why are we not using wood for the roof or stone for the roof like the rest of the builds here? Well, first of all, we've never used stone for the roof because stone is too heavy for the roof. The only exception is the builds for Dwarg. This is an underground city where everything is built underground, so you don't have any exception to not do a stone roof. But why are we not using wood? Why are we using hay? Well, in the medieval times, think of a medieval build. Some of you guys might not know this, but in a medieval house, a lot of the times, instead of having a wood roof, what they would have is something called thatch. And what thatch is just a whole bunch of dried up straws, also known as hay. And so they layer the entire roof with thatch, and that's a roof. This is a small little town in Lazuria, not some grand city that has access to the finest planks of wood to build their magnificent looking ceiling. No, they just have thatch, and it's as simple as that. It's a very humble, small little town that should feel homey and warm. And what I described it as is because it is called Tradebreak, traders and travelers who have been traveling a long distance and are very wary should stay at Tradebreak and feel like they want to stay there even longer, even though it's just a temporary stay. That's what I want to describe Tradebreak as. It should be a very warm and cozy environment.
TLDR, the material you choose for the build should also represent the environment very well.
Yes. The materials that you choose should represent your environment. Very, very precise way to put that. Okay, just a bit of experimentation there with more white. Cool. Oh, we're also not using glass. Not sure how many people noticed that. Glass is a rarity in medieval times. And so instead of using glass, we're just using... We'll use fence gates when we want people to open it. Because, you have a little bit of interactivity here. It's kind of cool. You can open it a little bit. Otherwise, we'll just stick fences So we'll literally just stick fences into our builds like this, right over here. And that will act as our window. If they wanted to open and close the window, what they would do is put a little string coming from the top of the window, and there'll be a little door, and they'll just grab the string and they'll just shut the door. Simple as that. Warped Animation says my phone internet is poop, so the stream is buffering up. Hey, if you miss anything, don't worry. Warped Animations, you can always wind this back. Again, the intention of this live stream is to make sure that you guys leave with the knowledge of how to build these builds. Now, the roof is super simple. We're just putting hay all across, hay in one direction, and we can even copy and paste the hay, which I think Harry has been doing. But instead of having everything as just hay, we also have a spruce rim around the edges of the roof. Here's a very important thing while roofing, right? I'm just gonna build a small scale version right over here. Now let's say this is the top of a build, right? And you're putting hay across. It is super important that you don't stop your roof like this. This is horrible. There are no overhangs. Overhangs for roofs are very important, and no matter what build you're doing, right? There's only a few certain styles where overhangs aren't there. But typically if you're building a medieval house, everything must overhang. I don't mind if you overhang it with hay, or in our case, we're overhanging it with a little rim, right? Maybe these guys in this town, they have a bit more money and they can afford to rim up their roofs. What we're doing for the roofs, we're putting them one block down, and we just have a spruce stair going like this. And then on the other side, we're doing a reverse stair followed by a regular stair followed by a reverse stair, regular stair, and then when we reach this part here, we're putting a reverse stair facing inwards like so, followed by a block on top. Now, the thing is, we have the rest of the roof going up here, and so we can't really put another stair here. And so there's a very great quote, right? If you ever decide to build with TeamWnJ, I need you to recite this quote for me, right? Very simple. When in doubt, put a block. Whenever you are building something and something looks strange, something looks funny, you don't know what to put in that certain spot, put a block. It will solve your problem. Don't put a stair, don't put a trapdoor, don't put a fence, don't stop any of that. Just put one block down, you'll be good. It's a simple solution. There might be better solutions, but if you can't figure out the better solution, put a block. Set your doubts aside, let the block handle it. It's as simple as that. Can't stand it. A lot of people come to me, they're like, Julian, what should I put in this build? I'm not sure how to build this roof. Put a block down. It'll solve your problems. It's as simple as that. Okie dokie. So Harry has finished the rest of the build. Cool. Looks like he was missing a block there. You were indeed missing a block there. You were.
Yes.
Here's some doubt blocks. There you go.
Yep.
Count time. The poor people can give their house a rim job. Yeah, I'm sure the house will. I'm sure they'll pay him for that. Ooh. Could you imagine a medieval rim job? The amount of people who would die from diseases. The amount of people that would die from diseases from doing that, man. Damn. Damn. What's going on, Solar? Welcome to the live stream. Yes, medieval times. How do you guys like the build, by the way? I'm a really Harry. How do you like the builds? I really like this one.
I like it, but I'm a bit salty about not using the orange.
Original one, yeah. I'm sure we can use that somewhere else. We could probably modify that because my problem with the original was that it's too close to a hemorrhage house. That was my thing. It just looks like a hemorrhage house but reskinned. Okay. That's what it looks like to me. So I wanted a completely different formula that we can use for like a smaller house.
The base for me, this one looks a bit too much like Farish builds.
Yeah, it's definitely, I definitely took it from Farish builds. Yeah. Yeah. Yoki doki.
It's a bit too dark for this. I feel like their bottom part. Like
yeah, we don't have that much choice for wood though, because it's either you get the super bright one, or the one that blends in too much, or the red one. Yeah. Which none of them really work for us.
None of them really work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because I walked in here and I don't feel cold. I don't feel cozy. I feel like it's dark and I can't see anything.
Well, that's because there's no lights in there.
Yeah. Not just because there's no lights. I went here and it's like fine. I went in here and it's like fine. I went in there. I can't see shit.
I think the difference is that your house here has way more windows. My house only has a few, which I think should be the case because if you have windows literally everywhere, you got wind blowing at you from every direction. it's not very comfortable.
True. Yeah.
I want to read a comment from Warped Animations. Warped Animations says, I don't want people to wait that long for the story of Levaslier. I totally get you, Chafe. Wrong. It's Chafe. You're a chief. Watch your backstory of Levaslier recently and you left me in tears and nostalgia. 100% support your work, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Warped Animations. Excuse me. Thank you for subscribing, Slabby MC. Yeah, this series definitely means a lot to me, more so than other series could mean for a lot of other people. There's a big reason why I've been playing this game for so long, and a big reason why I'm still working on this series, because it's not just some throwaway project. It really is something that touches my heart, and you know, something that I feel like I owe to the world. Illustrations, you thought you were gonna get through the stream scotch-free? Nuh-uh. You're in TeamWnJ stream. We're gonna hit you with the hard stuff. We're gonna hit you with a rim job today. No, bet nobody saw that one coming. What's going on here?
Huh?
Was the roof like this for the original build? Like right here?
Let's see.
I think it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Let's see. It was not, surprisingly. What went wrong?
What went wrong?
Let's see.
This wall here was not pushed in. Either way, it doesn't matter. It still works.
It's not? Okay.
It still works.
Okay.
So the difference here between the one that we just built and the one that was previously built, you see this wall back here with the spruce logs? That is flush with the scaffolding. The one that we just built has the wall pushed in by one block. But the magic of this style of building is everything that is derived from HM3 system, right? Every single build works. No matter how you try to break the system, because I've written if A happens, do B. For literally every single possible scenario, this works. It will always work. There you go. Maybe we just get rid of that, whatever.
Yeah, I got rid of that, and it works.
What is this? There you go, whatever.
Hey.
Or even... Nah, whatever, doesn't matter.
Nah, whatever. Yeah.
What's going on, Marianne Rose Evastasis? I think I've seen you in the previous stream before, Marianne. Welcome back.
Do that.
Wait, Solar said that tomorrow was Sunday. My mind goes, what the fuck? I'm late. Let's go check the stream. I'm glad that reminded you of the stream, Solar. The only problem this will give us here, this indented block, is that our staircase is going to be weird. However, that's fine because we can just put the staircase somewhere else, like here, for example.
Yep.
Also, again, it's not intended to be a 2-floor building anyway, so it doesn't really need the space.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Now what are we missing? We're still not done. The main build is done. A lot of you guys could call this build done, and you would be done. Like, this is perfectly fine. However, we want to add in a few tiny little details. First of all, we haven't put buttons on the outside of these blocks yet. We really should have, but that's so tiny, and it takes a bit of time. Like, a bit of effort. I don't really feel like putting in. You can put buttons on the sides like this. That's a tiny little detail. Doesn't really do anything. It just breaks it up a tiny little bit. Like, I've just gone lazy. I don't do that anymore. Important though is the buttresses. Okay. And we also have this front porch bit that we haven't built yet. I can show you guys that as well, but I'll show you that in a second. What are buttresses? Okay. Let me show you a super tall build that we have. The first build that we built for Levaslier in 2017. Because remember, we took a little break and we came back in 2017. We started building again. The first practice build that we did was a massive ass cathedral over here. We say it's massive. Excuse me.
Massive.
Massive, but it really isn't. Okay, that's actually a bad example. Let's use this one. This is a more recent build that we've done. You can see that in this church, we've got these supporting pillars right over here. These ones right here. We've built this to support the build because these here are called buttresses. Without buttresses, imagine this. Imagine in real life, you get a whole bunch of stone bricks and you start doing these ones, right? What's gonna happen in real life is that thing's gonna start wiggling and it's gonna fall. The way you stop that from falling is you put some sort of support here, like so, to stop it from tilting over, right? Like this. You kind of do these ones, and you stop that so it won't fall in that direction anymore, right? So what our buttresses look like is that, see, this is a bit too tall. This is a bit too tall. Medieval builds won't go up that high. Maybe go up somewhere here, right? Our buttresses will simply look like this. We have simple small legs to stop the thing from falling over, just like that. And you could imagine that this whole bit here actually goes underground as well. So it goes a lot thicker underground. That's how that thing stops from falling over. It's important that we build buttresses for our builds, even if it's just a tiny little house, because we don't want those things to be blown over. Warped Animation says, it's funny how similar the path that Levaslier and my series Unify have both taken together. I don't like disclosing, but bad things happened. When I started thinking of the story, dropped a huge one. I think that's super healthy. I think that when people go through some seriously bad emotional things in their life, instead of letting those negative emotions consume them and having them just drown in negativity, I mean, surely you guys have had bad things happening in your life, and you just kind of sit there and you're like, and you start thinking a lot, and that's the worst, right? You're like, someone said this argument to me, and I was trying to argue with him, but he doesn't understand my point. I don't know how to get my point in this guy's head. He keeps saying counter arguments, and his arguments are so stupid, and you keep thinking of this guy's dumb arguments, and you piss yourself off even more, because like, how can someone be so stupid? And you think of all these counter arguments, and you're like, I should have said this when he said that. I would have owned him with this argument. Damn it. And it's a spiral of negativity inside your head. I don't like that. I hate that shit. It's so negative, and it's so toxic to your own mind. Instead, whenever you feel negative emotions, I feel it's much healthier to turn that into something creative. Maybe you're drawing something, maybe you're animating something, maybe you're writing something. Whatever emotions you're feeling, those are powerful emotions. Like rage is a super powerful emotion, right? Transfer that into something creative. Try to make your piece of creative artwork give the audience that same emotional feedback, right? So if you're feeling super angry, that's a strong emotion. You can convert that emotion into something creative so that when someone reads it or sees it, they feel an emotion. Maybe it's not anger. Maybe they feel super funny. Maybe they think it's super funny. They laugh so hard they cry tears of joy. Or maybe they're so emotional they start crying. Or maybe they also feel super fucking angry at whatever you just drew, right? That is a way more healthier outlet than thinking about all those negative thoughts yourself. So one of my favorite things to do, building in Minecraft. Building in Minecraft, working on something like Levaslier, massive project. Maybe I'll, because how much branches of Levaslier I can do. I can build for Levaslier, I can write for Levaslier, I can draw for Levaslier, I can animate for Levaslier. There are 4 ways of doing things for Levaslier, 4 different creative outlets that I can take whenever I'm feeling down or whenever I just feel like doing something creative, you know? And I just love pumping those emotions into Levaslier. I hope they carry through to the final product as well, so I hope you guys can get those emotions too. Method. Method. I swear to God, someone's gonna clip that shit.
Yeah.
Warped Animations also said, everyone subscribed should be viewing the streams. It says on the channel art, so you all should remember it. I would love to see a day where 10K viewers are online. I would love to see so as well, but I never expect every viewer to come online. I'd be happy when 10,000 viewers come online when I'm at like 1 million maybe. That'd be a good number to hit. Okie doke. So now I'm putting in these buttresses here. I'm putting them just kind of. Oh Jesus Christ! This scared the shit out of me. Fucking assassin went out of invisibility mode just to shoot me, man. I'm putting these buttresses wherever I feel like is necessary. Keep in mind, we're using stone brick buttresses, not any other type of. We could use anything else, really. We could use any type of stone or anything else. I chose stone bricks because their color works very well in contrast with the rest of the build, and it adds a little bit of stuff to an otherwise boring build. If it's just a plain wall, and you added like, let's say you have this wall here. If you added, say, andesite stairs, which is what I started with, here's what it'll look like, right? We'll take a look at it. Harry, you'd be interested in this as well on this side.
No.
If you put this there, yes, it blends the colors in nicely. It does look good. However, that blends in so well, it loses a little bit of definition. Whenever you add this kind of standout color, it pops a little bit more and just makes the build look a lot more interesting. So color theory is important. Marianne, we definitely will be building a market. The town that we're building right now is called Tradebreak, and it's for traders and travelers to come and have a break on their travels. If you take a look at the map for Levaslier, if you go onto the Levaslier wiki, over here we can pop open the map. Let me show you guys exactly why we put this here as well. I need to have a faster way to get to Lazuria. Let's go over here. There we go. So Tradebreak is located right down here. Arcadia is a major city. Palisade is the capital city. Hemorrhage is a major city. And so with all these three linked up on this path, a lot of traders come onto this path. Right, and so it's important for us to build a nice place for these traders to rest in, and because so many traders are coming in, it's also a great opportunity for them to do business. So we're gonna have a nice big market central right here, right in front of the town square, as well as a long pathway for people to set up their own markets. Okie dokie. What are we missing from this build? Yes, the only thing we're missing, right? Here is the standard build. We have levels in the build, right? So I've shown you guys the construction of this build. We started with a plain rectangle, and then I said, hey, we can add some levels to it to make the build look a lot more interesting. This looks a lot more interesting. However, there's a reason we also do an L shape for Levaslier, for a hemorrhage build, because the L shape is a lot more interesting than a long rectangle. And the way we can do an L shape here is we can take advantage of this front little what do you call this? A patio thing. You can see that I've done it over here. I've added a little bit of a roof up at the front. And this is what adds that little L shape and makes the build complete for me. That's what finishes the build, adding that little bit up front. So once we finish the build, we can also do that. Now, do we want to do it on this thick one? We've got a super thick one over here.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Here's what we could do. We could try a different thing.
Yeah.
See how this one uses a triangle that goes upwards? And you see how on the one of the balcony just goes straight down?
Yeah, I
We
see.
could make this one go straight down. However, that's going to be a bit of a problem blending the two in together. We can see what happens.
Sorry, this?
Oh, like that? Okay, even better. Even better. That's definitely not what I was thinking of, but okay. I think that works even better. Yep, do that. Yeah, that'll do it.
So,
done. Okay. Now we can start doing the blocks here. So this is literally it. This is literally the entire shape of the build that we want. Now we can start adding in the roof bits, and we can start taking away the old roof bits that we don't need. Am I adding the thatch in the correct direction, Harry? I think I am, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so.
It's right over here. And you can see, Harry and I, we've been working together for so long that I don't need to say to him what I'm doing. He knows what I'm doing. I don't need him to tell me what he's doing. I know what he's doing at, like, basically all times. And we're able to combine our work together and make something good without even saying a word to each other. So what that allows us to do is really have a conversation about some other dumb shit that we want to talk about while we're also being productive at the same time. So it might seem that we're talking a lot. The difference here between me animating and me building is that when you look at my animation streams and I'm talking to you guys, I'm never fucking animating. I'm just rotating the camera around acting like a dumbass, pretending like I'm doing something. But now when I'm actually building, it's so second nature to me. I just build. Don't need to think at all. Finish that off. There you go. Awesome. And we want to add this tiny little detail over here that you did. Good pick on this one, by the way. Good pick on this.
Yep. Thank you. Too smooth?
Too smooth. It's so hard to choose between too smooth or not too smooth.
Okay.
I got this.
Block? Yep.
There you go.
Works.
Okay. Looks a bit wonky. Maybe I'll just the front little bit. Here, do this.
Okay, sure.
Just move this one block up. That should make all the difference in the world. Super easy. That should make a big difference. Right here, like so, and then we fix the wood up.
I think adding here would be better.
Where?
Not here. Oh no.
That would just make it perfect. Go straight up, like perfectly straight up.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we're trying to make it a bit slim. Oh, the hole. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's better than before. What I would do is just take away this top block, really.
Yeah.
But I mean, we spent enough time on this. You guys get the gist of it. Well, actually, there's a hole in the wall here. Let's fix this. There you go. You guys get the gist of it. That's what we would do. We start off with the scaffolding of the main shape, and then we add in an extra bit of levels. And then once we finish all of that, we can add a little bit of extrusions, like this part, just to complete the build. The materials that we are choosing also matter. Not only the materials have to reflect the environment of the build, but the colors should also be the colors should also complement each other. That's the word I was looking for. And so with that, we get this build, and there you go. Ta-da, that's how we build it. And it also shows our thought process behind it, right? Now we've got how much time left? We've got about, oh, good. Howard, we've got an entire, like, 45 minutes left.
Yep.
Okay, cool, awesome. Now, you guys want to see how we integrate these builds into the actual environment, right? So let's do it. As I've already shown you on the Lazuria map, we already have this entire map built. We know where Tradebreak is. If you guys are building without a map and you're just trying to look to build something cool, you don't need a map. Just find a cool looking place, preferably something that's not flat. Whenever you build on something flat, the build tends to be, like, the theory of levels also applies for the entire city or entire town. If you have an entire flat town, it kind of looks a bit boring. So, let's warp to our location. I'm going to do warp Tradebreak, and that will bring us to the world. Thank you very much. Warped Animation says builds are looking good. I never fucking animate. Good one, Chief. That is true, though. If you look at what I'm doing in the cinema streams, all I'm doing is holding the camera and going in circles. Now that I've said it, you'll never not see it. Earlier, Warped Animations also wrote, I think, lots for lore. Go check the trailers on my channel again. Check real hard. I'll make them public. They're hidden messages, and you inspire me so much more, Chafe. So much. Thank you, Warped Animations. So I hope YouTube compression won't get too high to serve 1 million viewers. YouTube compression does not affect... Sorry, does not get affected by how many people are watching. Here's what YouTube compression does get affected by. I'm pretty sure I can wreck... Hang on. Let me give you a quick demonstration of how I can wreck YouTube's compression, right? Alright, I'm gonna AFK for a second. Okay, sure. Everyone watching the stream right now. Quality probably looks pretty good, especially if you're watching in 1080p, right? Everything should look pretty good. I'm gonna open up cinema. I'm gonna do something that will completely kill everything on the screen. You're gonna look at my face. I'm gonna look like a Minecraft character, right? I kid you not. It's super easy. The way YouTube compression works is it uses a quote-unquote nearest neighbor algorithm, where... Sorry, no, it doesn't. It uses an algorithm that detects whether things are moving. So, what's moving on screen right now? There's only two things that are moving. It's me, right? And also the little ticker right over there. The one that says how many people have donated and what they donated. That's the only thing that's moving, and I'm the only thing that's moving. Everything else is not taking up samples. The only samples that are being used are me and the ticker. And there are a limited amount of samples for a YouTube video. Right, let's say every video has 1,000 samples. Right now, the 1,000 is being divided by me and the ticker. So 500 here, 500 there. Now, once other things start moving, like my mouse, okay? Or, if I start making everything move, everything on the screen move, what's the easiest way I can do this? Okay, this is a super easy way. Watch the compression of the stream. All right, ready? For you guys, things should start getting pretty shit. Just because everything's moving around and the samples are going everywhere. The samples are literally being divided throughout the entire screen, and YouTube cannot keep up with it. So samples on YouTube the compression on YouTube doesn't go to how many people are watching. It goes more so to what's moving on the screen. Marianne says, hey guys, build a castle. We probably won't build a castle for Tradebreak because Tradebreak is just a small town. It doesn't need a castle. However, we do have castles for Far Reach City. Fuck, we haven't built Far Reach Castle, the new version.
Yeah.
Okay, we got Far Reach Castle, we've got Dire Shoot Fortress, and we've also got... Woo, excuse me. We've also got Hemorrhage Castle, biggest one. Glad to hear that you guys are enjoying the soundtrack. It is not copyrighted, don't worry. I have a paid membership to Epidemic Sound. Okay, so here is our area that we're gonna build Tradebreak in. You see the path, this is where the path is supposed to go. And yes, Harry chose a good spot to start in. We don't want to go for the straight flat ground. We want to go for a bit of a hilly area. Harry, do keep in mind, I don't think it's a good idea to start there. I don't want to start there because I want the inn to be around where this mountain is, right?
Okay.
Like where you're building towards. Think about the little miniature that I built and how that leads to it. So it's basically like it goes upwards and then it has a right turn. So we should start down in the flat areas where there can be a straight path for all the markets, right? Because you don't want to build a market on a slanted slope. Yep. Straight path for the markets. We could lead it to this. Do you see where I am? Hang on, you look like an ant to me.
Yep.
Hang on.
What is there? Where is the inn? The inn's like right in front of the main area, right?
No. Warp back. Hang on. Warp back to Tradebreak builds.
Right. Warp.
Tradebreak builds.
Okay.
Right.
So you
over
walk
here. So this is the entrance. There's nothing
right.
here. So we want a straight line,
Okay.
and there's a hill right over here, perfect for the town hall. It's about the hill, and when you take a right turn, that's the inn. What? Read it.
Okay.
Read it.
Out.
Out. But there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And it perfectly aligns with the two mountains that we have. You go straight
Yeah, I
far
gotcha.
enough, there's a mountain for the town hall. Go turn right enough, there's a mountain for the inn.
Yep. Okay. Sure.
So it says it's weird as fuck. I just switched to 1080p while you're doing the YouTube compression example. It's not compressing it. It's still vivid. Was it still vivid? Was it still vivid? Let me. Okay, I can do you one better. Hang on. If I have footage of confetti, I will do. If I have okay. here's an easy one. Slash warp far reach 3. Nope. Slash warp far reach in general. Okay, the old far reach. Slash storm GMC. Okay. Once it starts snowing. Once it starts snowing, because particles move around all over the screen, and this is gonna fuck up the compression. Hang on, I might have to switch back to default for it to fuck me up. I'll go, where should I go? I'll go resource packs, take off conquest really quickly. Buffering was crisp. There you go. Won't be so, wait. Why does the snow not look like crazy snow anymore? Maybe it's my shaders. Because I don't want my... Yeah, okay, here you go. Here you go. Okay. This should kill your compression. This should kill your YouTube compression right here. That's because the amount of crazy snow that's going on. Switch back to Conquest as well. Give it some time. Either that or we got some crazy good compression on oh, sorry, we got like crazy good samples. So much so that this isn't killing it. Because this used to kill it. This used to kill everything. Like snow and wiggling around everything used to kill everything. There you go. I think with the default texture pack it kills it a bit better. But for that little second where I was using the default texture pack, I'm pretty sure that would have killed it. All right, clear. How do you clear the weather? Sun. That's it. Okay, so what has Harry been doing? Why is Harry using a bunch of melons on the ground? What has Harry been infected by the melon lords of Boneworks? Don't worry, Harry has not turned into a zombie yet. That or he has always been a zombie. Doesn't matter. What he is doing right now, he's painting a path down. So you would remember when we first started the stream, I demonstrated how we placed down magenta wool and we were able to replace the magenta wool with a whole bunch of random blocks. We've put down 103 block melon just because 103 is an easy number to remember and melons are a fun block to use, right? And also melons don't appear anywhere else. So we've put down a whole bunch of these melons. Your path looks a bit wonky at the end there. Thank you.
Yeah.
So that we can, when we replace it, we can replace melons with a random number of dirt, random number of gravel, random number of cobblestone, and random number of stone. Instead of me having to place random numbers by myself and manually have to randomize it, I'll just let the computer do it for me. Simple as that.
So this tree will be gone later for the town hall, and right here would be the where the inn is. Looks good, or what? What? Oh, Jesus! What happened?
I thought I was gonna get rid of the tree by blowing it up, but I dropped the TNT on myself. Okay, in that case, //Phil1035.
Wait.
Yeah, what's up?
Slash summon. Oh wait, no.
Don't. Just fucking just get rid of it with more than it. Don't risk it. Don't risk it. It's too risky. We don't need Kim Jong-un here. It's okay. We have Harry Potter. We don't need Kim Jong-un, man. Just use the wand. Okay. Marianne says, guys, your live stream is so cool. Thank you so much, Marianne. Let's just pretend I didn't do that, okay? Let's just pretend that never happened. Wait, what happens if I...
Bruh. This is a big bruh moment right here. Jesus.
Thank you for following, TTV Tuffles. Hey, man, come check out this cat.
Huh?
Come check out this cat. Wait.
Oh. Awesome.
The fuck? Wait, I did kitty cannon. Why didn't it explode?
You asshole!
I did kitty cannon. It should have exploded.
You asshole!
Okay, anyway. Hello, TTV Fluffles. Okay, yeah, anyway. Yeah, your layout is good. This straight path will bring us... Hang on, we need the market... We need the town square as well. Do it on the flat area a little bit so we can have a nicer town hall. Like a bigger area. No, not too far down, not too far down. Like near this intersection.
What do you want the town square to?
Near this intersection. Like on the intersection, rather.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So,
So,
I'm also gonna start painting past myself. I'm gonna grab a stick. BR Sphere 103. What size are you using? Looks like you're using size 3 to me.
Size 4.
Size 4? Okay, well, I'm gonna pull a size 3 then. / mass 2. Okay. So here, Harry has drawn out where the area for the town square should be. Do you think it should be a perfect circle?
Why not?
Okay, in that case, I'll generate a perfect circle. Also, we have to remember that like, there's a church, right? Oh, shit, my bad. There's also a church over here. So I'm going to mask this out first. So this leads to the church. Okay. I'm going to create a perfect flat circle. What level should I do it? What Y level should I do it on? Maybe I'll do it because I don't want the town square to go up and down blocks. A town square should really be flat.
Yeah. 38. Oh wait, actually, yeah, 38.
Okay, because you gotta consider how we're gonna have to link everything up as well. Okay.
Yeah, I get you.
So
I get you.
I'm standing in about the center, right?
Yep.
Okay. Replace near 10. I'm gonna first of all get rid of all the melons around me so that I can generate a pure circle without any interference. So replace the radius around me of 20 blocks, 1030. So within a 20 block radius, all melons. Let me undo that. All melons will be replaced with grass, right? So I just return this back to normal. Now I'm going to generate a cylinder of melons. So I'm going to go /CYL, that cylinder, for 103. That's the material that I want to use. And we're going to have a height of 1 and a radius of 15. So I turned it around. I messed up the commands real quick. My bad. I flipped up radius and I flipped... So it's a radius of 15 and a height of 1. That's what it should be. Is that big enough?
That looks like a Jenga tower earlier.
I think I want to make it a 20 block radius. Okay, so let's undo that. And let's create a 20 block radius circle right here. And that creates a 20 block perfect circle of melons for us to play with. Perfect.
Yes, perfect.
Now, Harry, my problem here is how we're going to link up the market path to the market center.
To the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think we can do staircase.
We can. But how big will the staircase have to be? Because we could excuse me. You could do a 45-degree staircase, like just like this. But I think that looks a bit weird. I'm not sure. It's too sharp of an angle.
Yeah.
Imagine this: someone has to have a cart full of groceries that they have to bring up there. That's not.
So I'm thinking of something like the what we initially planned for the forage one. So something like this.
A curved staircase, you mean?
Oh, actually, no. Actually, it's the one we use for the forage prison, I think.
Yeah, the curved staircase. Okay.
Yeah.
Could do that. Could do that. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, sure.
Yep.
So what Harry's gonna do now, he's gonna try to generate a staircase starting from there and ending on this side. So he'll go in an arc like this. Someone asked what resolution the texture pack is in. Texture pack should be 32 by 32. I might have gotten that wrong, but I mean just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Yeah, 32. Chafe, let me remove the tree. Also, Chafe silently drops a bomb. Okay, interesting path. It's gonna have to be. We gotta have to make sure it's thick enough for the carts to go on. Remember that.
Thick enough for carts? Yeah.
Yeah.
I get you.
Also, not sure how this is gonna go to the church unless we were to raise the entire ground up, and I might actually do that. All right, for this area, I'm gonna raise the ground up for the church. How I'm gonna do that? I'm gonna grab my stick again. BR cylinder 12 5. 12 is sand. Radius is 5. Gonna throw that melon out because we don't need that shit. And we're gonna do we're gonna do mask 0. What that's going to allow us to do is paint a whole bunch of circles of sand. What is going on here? Oh shit, it's ferns. Okay, mask, fern, mask, tall fern, mask, tall grass, and what's the super tall grass called? Double tall grass. Okay, so there was a mistake somewhere in there. I think it might have been tall fern. Let's get rid of that. Nope. Something went wrong there. Okay, does fern work? See, this is the problem with having no block IDs. You have to actually type the name, and you don't know what the name of the item is. So if it's not tall grass, what is it? If it's not tall grass, it might be tall underscore grass. Yep, okay. And then the other one might be double underscore tall underscore grass. Nope, that's not it. It's not double underscore tall underscore grass. So what's the other one? Tall. It's just called grass then? It's just called grass. And the block ID of this one should be 51. So we've got tall grass in. Let's try 51. Let's see if that works. Nope, it didn't work on the 51. What is 51? 51 is fire. Okay, that's wrong. My bad. Everyone's talking about the melons. I just finished playing Boneworks of the Melon Lords. But the melons have come out of Boneworks and they're haunting us here. The stage of melons. We should hide a huge-ass melon somewhere in Lev. When the server goes public, we should really hide an Easter egg where you can find a massive melon. We should really do that, Harry. Like a massive, overly complicated Easter egg. We have to do like 5 steps to get to, and parkour, and then redstone and all that shit just to get to that one little Easter egg. Okay. Block ID of tall grass. Google, save me. Block ID of tall grass Minecraft. The block ID of tall grass is... Give it a second. It is... Fuck, it's not called tall grass. What is it called? You guys just call it... Well, I'm not looking for the grass block. I'm looking for, I can't believe... Yeah. Oh, they changed grass block and... They changed grass block into actually grass block. Because that just used to be called grass. Okay, grass is 31. That's what it is. Okay, so I want to set the ID here to 31. That should allow me to replace... No, I need to do 31:1. There we go. Okay, cool. We also want to do 31:2. No, that's already fern. Okay, that's done. What's the block ID for tall fern? Let me see. Fern. Large fern is 175:3. Okay, finally. Finally got all the block IDs. Here we go. Now I can start filling this part up with sand. Chafe, why are you using sand? Why are you not using grass to fill this in? Because sand drops. And the advantage of having dropping sand is that I won't ever have a floating weird platform of grass that just kind of like floats above land. Since it always drops, it'll always look natural. Nothing's gonna be like weirdly floating. Illustration is Chief and Rita-kun. The Melon Road. That sounds like our if we ever were to make songs, that would be our iTunes like album cover. Like it would be the name of our new soundtrack. The Melon Road.
Yeah.
The Way of the Melon.
Parody of Country Road.
Okay. In before someone's going to comment, the sand is burning my eyeballs off, because it certainly is. Welcome to Silder's texture pack. Always does this to me. I might switch back to BSL so I can actually see, because with Silder's, sand just blows your eyes out. What's going on here, Brian? Sorry, I didn't read your comment earlier. What's going on here, Brian? Welcome to the stream. Oh, there we go. One-hit wonders as illustrations. Could you imagine what that song will be about? Oh, it's not a racist thing.
Jesus Christ, man.
Oh, okay. I did not anticipate flowers. Let's get those away manually. Oof. Oh, god damn it. Mistake. Okay, that's fine. Some people might be thinking, Chafe, your sand looks terrible. That's fine, because we have world edit. So what we're going to do after we put in all the sand is we're going to go replace sand with whatever I want to replace it with. So it's going to look perfectly fine. Thank you for smoothing that out for me. I have to keep in mind that I'm building this platform for the church. And so I really have to make sure that I have a straight path towards where I want that church to be.
Mm-hmm.
Hannah asked, do I have shaders? I do have shaders. I'm using the BSL shaders or the Silder's shaders. If you have a not so good computer, Silder's will work for you. If you have a better computer, use BSL. If you want an even better one, there is CUDA. CUDA shaders are the best shaders that I've ever used. I love CUDA a lot. However, even my computer starts to struggle with it whenever we get to a big world, and this is a big world. So I'm not using CUDA for this one. I might use CUDA if I want like super realism. But BSL is good because it's very cinematic. It's very atmospheric. Silder's is very good because it's colorful. It makes the colors pop a lot more. So I love these two shaders a lot. Let me undo that real quick. Okay, I just want to build up to this level here. Perfect. Fill up this little interior space over here. Whoops. Looks like I glitched out the game there, but that's okay. There we go. Okay, so let's assume that the only thing that comes out in this direction is that church. So there's literally nothing here but the church. Harry, what church design do we want to use? Do we want to use one similar? I really like the far reach one. We could do something similar to the far reach one over here. It's like a little small one.
I was thinking of the slums one from Hemorrhage.
I don't see a town as a slums. In fact, I think a town would be much healthier, much wealthier than the slums district. I'd say they'd have enough to be on par with because we have to be careful not to confuse town with poor.
True.
Yeah, we have to be careful also not to confuse town with rundown. Just because it's not a city, it means things are smaller, not poor. And in the case of the slums, I think it's a bit too poor to be considered part of the town.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go. Just smooth everything out there. Cool. Cool.
Oh, Jesus.
What's up?
You smoothing out got me stuck.
Oh, damn, my bad, sorry. Mr. Seven, welcome to the live stream. Nur Muhammad, I'm sorry, I can't read your last name there. Ask, are you hacking? No, we're not hacking. We're using World Edit. It's a plugin that you can get for your Minecraft server in order to build better and build faster. Okay, there we go. now that we have all the sand in, let's remove some items. Remove item. Oops, looks like that command doesn't work anymore. Remove items in a 200 block radius. This is going to get rid of all these random floating entities. That solves lag. I'm going to manually go in here and touch up some of this blocks. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. All right, now I'm going to go smooth everything out. I'm going to give myself a B rod. That's just a blaze rod. I'm going to do a brush for smooth for a size of 10. I'm not going to mask anything. I'm just going to go in and smooth all of these blocks out. Just using the world edit smooth algorithm, so I don't have to do any work here. I'm just going to spam right click, let world edit handle everything. Once I get to the staircase, I'm going to crush Harry's hopes and dreams by destroying the staircase. I'm kidding. Don't worry.
You were close to doing it?
I did do it. I just undid it.
Yeah, you did.
I did do it.
Yeah.
I'm a monster.
You undid
anyway,
it, at least.
Because it's too close to the staircase, I don't want to smooth out a staircase. I have to do this part manually, but that's fine. There's always some manual work required. World edit just tries to take most of that away. Hey, Rusty, what's going on? Hey, Minecraft, indeed, we are working on a new medieval town. This is called Tradebreak. It will be seen in episode 2 of Levaslier. So here we go. We can get some more sand out in here. That there. Cool. Most of this work, once you get to a part where you don't want to destroy, you really have to take closer attention and do things manually. So, like this road, for example, is a very, very delicate structure. So I have to manually go in here and place all these blocks down. But it's okay. This is worth it in the end.
Can you do the slash fill thing you did for the
I did not slash fill the underneath. Is it empty?
No, yeah, you should. Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
Where is it empty?
Underneath this platform. Underneath this platform, everything.
Shit. Okay, is it? Okay, yeah. Okay, get out of here. I'm gonna slash fill this.
Very empty. Yep.
Get out, get out.
Getting.
Okay, make sure all the holes are closed. Make sure there are no holes that escape outside.
Yep. Gotcha.
Good? Okay. To fill this entire place up, imagine if you did not have world edit, how you're gonna fill this place out. What's going on, Alexander? Oh, imagine if you were not to have world edit, how would you fill this place out? You're gonna have to put every single block down. Here's what we're gonna do instead. I'm gonna put my legs through this block because the game detects where my legs is as where my player is. I'm gonna do such as fill with what? Let's just say stone bricks, right? I'm gonna fill this with stone bricks, code 98. I'm gonna fill it with a radius of, say, 500 blocks and a depth of 500 blocks. The game does not go down 500, and this definitely does not go out by 500. But by writing that command, it guarantees to fill in the entire area. So just by doing that, the entire inner area of this big cylinder has been completely filled up with stone bricks. 1,771 blocks have been filled. Could you imagine doing that manually? 1,771 blocks. It would take forever. Fuck that.
Especially with their gaps that you can't go into.
Exactly. Those are the most annoying ones. Okay. I'm going to get rid of the sand because it's ripping everyone's eyes out. What's the easiest way to do this? It is not to use point A, point B, and then replace. It is to stand right here. Go replace near. Give it a radius. I'm going to say a radius of 200 blocks. Replace every block of sand, block ID 12, with a block of 2 grass block. Once I do that command, it's going to look in a 200 block radius around me. Every block of sand will be turned into grass. And that is 106,345 blocks. That's way too many blocks. It replaced the beach by accident, so let me undo that. 200 blocks is too much. Undoing is simple as well, so let's just undo and then replace it with a 100 block radius instead. And that's 24,000 blocks. And was that still too much? That was still too much somehow. Okay, so 100 blocks is still too much. I can do that less. Let's go back here. I'm gonna half the radius again. I'm just gonna half the radius down to 50 blocks. And just give it some time. Hey, Fawzen Gaming! Fawzen Plays, what's going on? Welcome to the live stream. Harry, looks like the server has crashed.
Oh.
You know what I've done? I've just killed the server. Okay. I accidentally forgot to put a space in between, I forgot to put a space between 50 and 12, so I wrote replace 5,012 with 2.
Jesus.
So every block within a 5,002 radius will now be replaced with grass. So I hope I can get in there and do that in time. Let me see if I can just stop the server before that calculation goes through.
Yeah, waiting on you.
I'm just gonna kill the server and reboot it.
The server is undergoing that one meme where it's like the calculation or like floating around the head.
Wait, do you mean the lady? Do you mean the when you hear boss fight music but you
Yeah,
don't see the
yeah.
boss?
Yeah, that one.
Alexander has to go. So, hey, Alexander, aren't you in Tokyo right now? How's Tokyo? Rusty says the game of tag in this stream is tagged SCP. Wait, really? Is it tagged as SCP Secret Laboratory? That's not right. Well, no, it should be Minecraft. Hey, look, just for proof, it says Minecraft there. YouTube has a weird way of doing things where it just doesn't like working a lot of the times. Rusty also says that, well, I've been using World Edit 5 months ago. I'm doing manual filling on my mega build though. Why are you doing manual filling for your mega build when you can just use session fill? I don't know how did I never use World Edit before. Dude, once you start using World Edit, once you have touched the dark magic, you will never be able to step away from the dark magic. There was a moment in time when Harry first started to learn World Edit. He was so obsessed with it, he would left click, right click on a single block and use /set to change the block instead of punching it and putting something else there. Once you touch the black magic, you can never go back. Once you go black, you never go back. There you go. Wise words. Alright, let me make sure we didn't lose any progress here. No, we did not lose any progress. I will attempt the command again. But this time, I'll be very careful to type replace near 20, 12, 2. That's a much smaller radius, much more manageable radius. I'm just gonna do it a bunch of times instead of doing 5,012 radius. There we go. Quick and easy. All done. Okay. So now that land, I've just risen up this little bit of land here. This will allow me to build a smaller church connecting to the town central. We also have to add the path back. So BR sphere 1033 /mass 2. That's going to allow me to draw a path right over here to the church. So I'm going to say that this area here is the church. I'm going to give it a bit of a wider area so you can go around the church as well. There you go. So that's where the church is going to be. Coolio.
The Holy Church of Chris.
Should I show him that? Should I show him that? /warp.
Sure.
I feel like we'll never put Far Reach as a battle zone, so I don't think anyone's ever gonna see this. But here's what I'll do. If we ever, okay, guys, if we're ever in Far Reach, sorry, if you guys ever get to play in Far Reach, go over to this cathedral right over here, and sorry, this church right here. So this church is known as that. I'm not gonna read that out loud. You can pause and read that yourself. But if we ever make this public, go down into the tomb. And on every gravestone, we've written a whole bunch of inside jokes there. You can enjoy those yourself. And if we ever decide to make the map public, you get to see those. Marianne asked, what time is it? It's 8:47 in the Philippines. Add 3 hours and you get my time. So it's 8 for you? That ain't right. It's 11:48 for me, PM. Rusty says, is it going to be a concept build for the upcoming server or just a series? Both. Because everything that we're building, first of all, it's not a concept build. It's going to be an actual build. The concept builds were shown in the beginning of the stream. So right over here. Hang on. /warp. What is it called? Tradebreak builds. These here are the concept builds. And I did a full block-by-block tutorial on how to build these as well. Also, it's not just for the series or the animation. It's going to be for both. Because whatever we build for our series, we're also going to convert into a map that you guys can play on. So here are all the concept builds that we're going to be using. Cool, touch back. All right, now that we have all the roads laid out, we can look at our reference for the rest of the city to gauge where our builds are going to be. Here's what I don't like doing. I do not like putting walls around a place before building it. Because walls are restrictions, and you are then limiting what build you can do. So if you build a big house next to a wall, and there's like a tiny little gap there, a gap that does not fit a road and can't fit a house, right? Imagine that for a second. Let's say it's a dead end, so putting a path there does not make sense, right? And there's not enough room to put a house there. If you had done that the other way around, where you put the building first, then you could build the wall next to that building, right? But because you built the wall first, now you've got the building there, now you've got a little blank space, so you have to now somehow move the wall in order to merge with your build. Now, if you have like a simple 1 block wall, it's not too difficult, right? So let me show you an example. Hemorrhage 3. In Hemorrhage, let's say you're building like walls like this. Around the farm of Hemorrhage, this is just a 1 block wall. If I make a mistake here, it's as simple as just smashing the wall and putting a new one in. But if you're building a massive city wall, like the ones for Hemorrhage City, this thick ass wall here, if you make a mistake on this wall and you're like, oh no, there's a tiny little path there that's strange and awkward, I have to somehow curve the wall into it, that's a lot of effort. So the smart thing to do is to build your city first, then go, okay, that's where the building is, I'm gonna put a wall around that little building so I don't accidentally hit into it, and you can gauge your build according to where the houses are. Rusty, the hooly chooch of Chris. Rusty goes, nice, I like it. From a builder perspective though, I usually build medieval houses bigger and more unique stuff in it. We don't usually put interiors. Most of the, it looks great on the outside for most of our builds, but if you go inside any of the houses, there's nothing in there. Because when we're animating it, we don't go inside most of the houses. So there's no point us, okay. One, there's no point in us wasting time putting stuff there. Second, once I port that to the animation software, that's a lot of extra polygons that I have to deal with that lags out my software. I don't want lag. So we just ignore that. We pretend the interiors don't exist. Our builds, I like small builds more than big builds. Making big builds has a good advantage. If you make a big build, you build less. So imagine you have 1,000 blocks of space to play with. Instead of building 100 houses that are 10 blocks each, if you build like a 50 block house, you only need to build 4 houses and you can call that completed. So you build less when you build bigger. The advantage of building small and compact is that you have everything small and compact, and you can, I don't know, just having everything smaller just fits my style a bit more. If it makes it feel more dense, that's the word I'm looking for, dense. Fosden says, I usually like making medieval kind of houses, even in survival. It takes a lot of time to make the big ones. Harry and I, we don't usually build in survival. What we usually do, we build into a wall. I think the closest one if we warp to our survival world, we don't have a survival world here? No, we have our survival series. If we go back to this is the world we use for our survival series. See, the way we did it was we build literally into this wall here. And then everything goes up from that. But we've also I'm just gonna pretend that nobody saw Big Brock. Okay. Anyway, it's time we actually get some stuff done. Rusty, no, I don't play on any other servers. I don't join any public servers. I don't know, I'm just not attracted to any of that. Okay, let's warp over to Tradebreak builds so that we can look at the concept build right over here. So this is the layout of the town. You can see that we've got a lot of buildings here, and we have the town hall and everything there. Let's lay out the key features first. I want to lay out the town hall and the inn first because those two are the most important parts. So let's go back, and instead of building it with the scaffolding and everything in place already, what we're going to do is simply outline it with wool, right? So these 2 trees are in the way. We're going to have to scrap these 2 trees out. This is where I can go on a rant about fucking block IDs, right? Had I not gone on a rant enough, watch. Pause 1 here. I'm gonna get rid of Harry, I got the trees, don't worry. I got it.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Okay, see, these 2 trees are in my way. So I'm gonna create 2 world edit positions. Now I have to replace everything. Here's what it used to be like, okay? Leaves and logs are 2 blocks. It doesn't matter if you're using oak leaves or spruce leaves. Both of those still fall under block ID 17. The difference is that if I do /I17-1, it's 18 rather, 18. If I do /18-1, right, this gives me oak leaves. If I do 18 :1, 1, this gives me spruce. If I do :2, it gives me birch. If I do :3, it gives me jungle, right? And so on and so forth. What World Edit used to do is recognize your ID no matter what. So if I typed in 17, it would do every single type of leaf. If I wanted to do specifically oak leaves and not spruce, I would do 17:0 because that is spruce. But if I just did 17 with nothing else, it would get rid of every single leaf. And so the command I would have used is such as replace 17, 18 with 0. Did I have a typo there? Oh no, yeah, but it doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work anymore because now spruce leaves and oak leaves are identified as 2 different blocks and they don't have block IDs. Here's what I have to type instead. Right here, we have spruce and oak, right? So what I have to do is do spruce underscore leaves, comma, spruce underscore log, comma, spruce underscore wood, comma, oak underscore leaves, oak underscore wood, oak underscore log. Now imagine I had birch and jungle in the way as well. Whoops, wrong command. Replace that with 0, my bad. That's how you have to get rid of the trees. That long ass essay of a command instead of 17, 18. That's the problem with removing block IDs. And that's what I was afraid of, and they did it anyway. And when you try to reason with people, when you say to people, hey, typing 17 and 18 is a lot faster than typing everything that I just wrote, they say, go fuck yourself. The game is not designed this way. You gotta play the game how it's designed. What? What was the purpose of taking away block IDs in the first place? Okay, I get that they changed block IDs because it's easier for players to remember stone rather than block 1. However, even if you added stone as an option, why did you not keep 1? Why did you not maintain the block IDs? Why did you have to scrap the block IDs entirely? What about all the players who knew about the block IDs and spent years memorizing the block IDs and gotten so good and so fast at using the block IDs? Why does everyone have to downgrade into a dumber mentality where we have to use like all this long ass words instead of what we're used to and typing a shorter command? And then when you give this logic to people, when you make the argument, hey, they should add block IDs back because it's useful for people who know the block IDs. It's good for people to remember the IDs, and especially if they use the blocks a lot. It would help them save a lot of time. They say, well, block IDs have been removed for a long ass time already. You shouldn't be using block IDs anyway. Well, I just gave my argument as to why you should. And you're telling me they're not in the game, so you shouldn't be using them. I'm saying you should, and here's why. And they're saying you should not because you should not. Right? Like, the fuck is going on here? Why is nobody listening? Is something wrong with the argument? Can somebody give me one good argument as to why block IDs are bad? One single bad argument. Like, why would block IDs negatively impact a regular player's experience? It won't. It won't affect the regular player. It only affects people who know it and take advantage of it. And yet they won't add block IDs back in. Marianne says, guys, I want to join you, but you don't have an account. Well, the server is not public anyway. The server is private right now. Until we can get the plugin written for our minigame, we won't be able to make the server public. Okay. Oh, now I gotta get rid of all this, like, ferns and shit. Okay, replace near 20... Fern, 175. Wait, what's the block ID for? It's 175, right? 175. Hang on. 175:2 and 175:3. That's double tall grass and large fern, and also 31. Right? Jesus Christ! I killed the server by accident again. God damn it. Fucking murdered the server.
2 minutes left.
Yep, gotcha. Alright. TP writ. / remove item. / remove items 500. 200. Okay, get rid of all those items. My bad. Wreck the server. Okay.
Not yet, not yet.
No, I saved it. For reference, I replaced a 20 block radius full of tall grass and nothing else. Like every single block into tall grass.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. There we go. Okie dokie. Rusty says, maybe make coding on the new updates easier. It might. It probably does. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Okay. In my opinion, it would be a lot easier to write, in coding, it would be a lot easier to write the block ID than it would be the entire thing. Also, it's not hard. It is not hard. Should not be. Okay, I know nothing about coding, but from what I do know, it is not hard to say 1 equals stone. Right? And so if that's the case, I don't know how to do it, so I'm trying to ask someone, can they do it for me? Make a plugin where every single block equals a certain block ID. So the blocks that do have IDs already, so every single block that already has a pre-existing ID, like sticks and diamond blocks or whatever, those all have IDs, but Prismarine does not have an ID, Coral does not have an ID, right? So all the blocks that have IDs, give them back their ID. All the blocks that don't have IDs, just add a number afterwards, and just keep going, and then compile that list into a graphic that other people can use as a reference, so that people who want to use block IDs can use block IDs. Because it should not be hard to say dead to coral equals block 451, for example. Like, that it should not be hard. Okay, and so some of you guys be like, oh, if it's not hard, go do it yourself. Yeah, I could do it myself. If I were to go through the effort of learning, I got other shit to do. Like, that's not high enough on my priority list that I would do it myself. I can still do the things that I want to do. I just have to type an essay to do it. So that's not high enough on my priority list. That's what I'm trying to get someone else to do it. So is Zimmy or the soundtrack playing feel correct for discussing an argument and Chafe's tone of voice? I'm not sure what soundtrack was playing. I just downloaded a whole bunch of random tracks and I'm playing it just to fit the medieval scenery. Okay, we've only got a few minutes left, but I do want to at least show you guys how we plan out some of the builds, because so far we've only done the roads. So this will be the main layout of the roads, right?
We're going over time.
I know. It should take us less than a second to show this. Harry, come over to the town hall.
Okay, come.
The way I want to do the town hall is like this. I want this to go up to here. This is super, super rough.
Okay.
See, people watching, we don't have to do it in the correct shape. I just want to do the area first. I want to know where this town hall is going to be. And then afterwards, I can go in there. And I can clean things up and really tidy it, right?
Okay, so you want the... Oh, so
I want a little front yard area where people can chill in before it gets to the actual build. So I'm gonna make this like a big U shape.
Yeah.
Something like that. And so the first, in that U shape, there'll be a front little garden that people can chill in, and then at the back of the build, that's where the actual thing is. And I want a big tower, like up right in the middle of the town hall.
Right.
It's a tall,
not that big.
tower.
I don't think.
What now?
Yeah, that around that height. Yeah.
Yeah, around somewhere like that. Yeah. So just from looking at this, just from looking at the little red outline, the tall little red tower, that is enough for me and Harry to be like, okay, that's what the town hall should look like. There's going to be a little patio, there's going to be a building, there's going to be a tower. Good enough. We know where that is. We know roughly how much space that thing is going to take. Granted, right now it looks like it goes diagonal. We don't want to build diagonal because we suck at building diagonal and we just want to avoid it.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's as simple as that. Once we do this, if we want to clean it, we're going to make the line straighter and everything, and we're going to put in the actual build. But if you're in your planning phase, just drop all that stuff down. Click randomly, move around, get a rough idea. If it doesn't look good, correct the line. It doesn't have to be perfect. Simple as that. Okie dokie. I am going to go back to face cam. Okay, everyone, if you have not already liked the video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up just like ArcDoc did right there. And if you're not subscribed already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload a new video or go live. We also have a Discord server where I share useful tips to YouTubers, builders, animators, and all alike. So hop onto our Discord server as well. It's on the description, as always. Cool. Rusty, go on the Discord. I'll talk to you there. Good question. With that said and done, hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you learned something. We showed you guys how we build our houses block by block, as well as how we lay out our cities and plan cities and everything. Hope you learned something, especially if you have no experience building. Hope that taught you something, and hope you can build as well. With that said and done, I'll see you next Thursday for the next stream. Unless we upload a video before that, but we'll see. Cheers!